Hey fam, it's your man Dante the Dark Knight. Welcome to another edition of Eagles Talk. Upon further review, we're going to go over the Eagles' disappointing, embarrassing loss to the Las Vegas Raiders on Sunday. It was embarrassment. It was just an embarrassment. I have a lot to say. Welcome me back to the show. I was off. My birthday celebration continued, and it accumulated in a party for me, a surprise. Well, you know, I found out at the last minute, but it's supposed to be a surprise. But had a great birthday week, wonderful time at the party, as you can tell, because I couldn't make it to the show on Sunday. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't make it, and I'm glad I didn't, because it was horrible. It was an embarrassment, and I have a lot to say about this coaching staff, and I started it. I started the whispers about 2 or 3 games ago, and then I got a little louder last Thursday. But now I'm going to be standing on my soapbox to tell how disappointed and how, I mean, I don't even have to tell you guys, but this coaching staff is just not it. They are not it. I'm sorry. And we're going to talk about all of that. But before that, let me bring my co-host on. I know you guys have your opinions also. Pat, Nichelle, we're all together again, and not under good circumstances either. This team is just in shambles. Oh, my goodness. How are you guys doing?
Speechless.
Yeah, that's how they're doing. They're speechless. They don't even know what to say because this team sucks. It sucks, man. And this coaching staff, let's start the quarter. Let's start the quarter.
You're now listening to the first quarter.
All right, you're looking at Eagles Talk, the #1 Eagles coverage show on Facebook that's by Eagles fans, for Eagles fans, where we talk about our favorite football team. I think it's still our favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles, and we do it in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots. I am, if you looked at any previous shows, I am on my sabbatical this month, so I'm not taking shots. After my birthday, I usually don't drink or do anything. I kind of detox and get myself back together, so I won't be taking another shot till Thanksgiving, probably. Thanksgiving, yeah, that'd be 30
You know what,
days.
Dante?
Yeah.
I might join you November the 1st. So this team is making me quit drinking.
All right, but in the meantime, he is drinking, and you guys probably need to have a drink also with the state that this football team is in. So he's doing the Jameson. Yes. I'm sipping on some chamomile tea. That's what
Chamomile.
I'm doing because I'm gonna need to be, it's a soothing type of tea. But I don't even want to be soothed right now. I'm gonna put it down right now. But here we go. Everybody, raise your drinks to our Philadelphia Eagles and hopefully to a more successful coaching staff next year. That's what I'm hoping. All right, so here we go. Down the hatch. 3, 2, 1.
Oh no! We suck again!
We do suck again. All right, look, this coaching staff is not it. I started the whispers about 2-3 weeks ago during the Carolina game, but
Yeah.
I didn't go. It was just a whisper because I didn't want to rain on the parade of a win. So I just whispered it. I said, I don't know about this coaching staff. But then the next week we lost, and I was a little bit more vocal about this coaching staff is not it. They don't get it. They don't do it for me. I spoke about his introductory press conference and how he sounded unprepared and not intelligent. And by his coaching thus far, he is proving that lack of intelligence when it comes to football play calling, preparing a team. I just don't think he's ready. I think he's in over his head at this point. Will he be ready? Could he ever be ready? I think he probably could, but he's not ready now. And the staff is not ready. I mean, we're talking about he's the head coach, mostly in charge of the offense. That's terrible. Our defensive coordinator is horrible on the defense. The defense is horrible. I don't think these guys are ready. I think they are in over their heads. And I know this is not going to happen. I know it's not. They're going to allow him to finish the season. Okay, let him finish the season. But I'm campaigning for this guy to be a one and done coach here, unless something drastically changes in these last 11 weeks, 10 weeks. How many weeks we got? 10
I don't.
weeks
I
for the
don't
last
know.
10 weeks.
It's so lackluster of a team. It's just it drains you. It like really drains you. Like you really want to go out there and root for these players, root for this team, because you love the team. We love our Philadelphia. We love the Philadelphia Eagles. But this coaching staff, they don't do anything for us. They not allowing our defense to play aggressive. Our offense is reverting back into a stale, vanilla, basic type of offense. Our quarterback is not putting it all together. I understand that we're going to hear some people saying that the offensive line and do their job, but I went back and looked at that tape, and I didn't want to rip Jalen, but this boy he needs to start going through his reads. You're not progressing. It's year 2. You're not progressing. You actually look worse than what you looked last year as a rookie. You're not going through your reason. You're missing wide open receivers. Yes, this offense coordinator and Sirianni's offense doesn't help you any, but you are missing wide open throws. You're throwing the ball behind receivers. You're putting the ball on the ground. A simple shotgun snap, regardless if somebody touched it or not. It hit your hands as a quarterback. Look the ball. It's right there.
Yeah, that was embarrassing. That was, and he's not without blame either. Yeah, Jalen is not hitting. I mean, granted, Sirianni is not helping him out with plays in the offense that he's running, but when the receiver is right there and he's open, Jalen, you should hit that guy. I don't care what the play is. If there's a wide open guy there, you need to be hitting him, and he's not hitting them with the accuracy that we need, with the consistency that we need to be successful. This whole thing, to me, is just a dumpster fire, and it's not going to get any better even if we let these inexperienced coaches go, because Howie and Jeffrey are in charge of hiring the next staff. And these guys, they don't have that picking finger. We all know that it was a lot of luck that we won the Super Bowl. It wasn't the brilliant plan of Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman. It was a lot of luck involved there, and we realize that now. Oh my goodness, I don't even know where to begin. But this coaching staff should be a one and done for me. Let me see what the people are saying out there. Welcome, man. Thank you guys, everybody, for joining us tonight and joining in the conversation. Let me say this, right? A little homework for you to do. make sure if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit that like button. First of all, thumbs up the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you are on Facebook, you should already be following us on Facebook to be able to watch the show. So I thank you guys for that. Ted was the first person in the room tonight. Ted says, "What's up, fam? What's up, Ted?" Richard Boo is second. He said, "What's up, Eagles family? Repping Greensville, South Carolina, as you always do." Drexel Davis, have you watered and fertilized today? Yes. Wow. I didn't even get to that yet. That was a.
These are grown. Hold on.
These
wait
are
a
grown.
minute. These are
They're
grown
not
men.
even grown.
They're not flowers. They're not
They're
flowers.
warriors. They're gladiators, and you're telling gladiators to fertilize some flowers.
Dante.
Flowers.
Listen to this. Listen to this. How can you tell this grown man you're a flower? How can you tell this grown man right here that you're listening to right now that you're a flower? That makes absolutely no sense. Brian Dawkins, you're a flower.
Yeah. You're a
Dude.
flower, and your roots
Dude.
are spreading underneath the
Dude.
ground, and everybody needs to be fertilizer and water. And, although we may not see the results, the roots are growing. What are you talking about?
He has
What
more
are
dad
you
catchisms
talking
than
about?
anything. He has more dad catchisms than anything, man.
Dude, oh my God, that he's got to go, man. I'm sorry. I wouldn't be. Well, it does no good for to fire him in the middle of the season. So
Yeah.
I say, let him finish out the season or whatever. Give him his opportunity. Who knows? Maybe. But I was thinking, like, was Andy Reid had this same record after 7 games? But
But he
we
wasn't
had
as
we had
bad.
hope.
We
He
had
wasn't
hope.
bad. Yeah, our offense. I mean, his play call and his offense that he drew up was innovative and it was exciting. We just didn't have the people in place to carry it out.
Yeah, we had Doug Peterson at quarterback.
Right, we had Doug Peterson. He wasn't ready to put McNabb in at the time, but we had our future franchise quarterback waiting in the wings, so it wasn't as bad. This guy, it's not the same look. His offense is very, very predictable, very vanilla. You saw the game. First drive, we run the ball successfully and
Oh
move
my goodness.
down the field and score like this. And what does he do? He reverts back. This guy, they need to go. I'm sorry. They just need to go. They are not ready. They're not
You're right.
ready.
We thought that first drive when they ran the ball that, oh my goodness, this guy actually learned what is best for this offense. To have your linemen going forward and being on their heels every single play. These offensive linemen, yes, they missed 1 or 2 blocks in that first drive, but they grounded out each play, and by each play they got better.
Yeah. We talked about this as being a rebuild year. We know it's a rebuild year.
Yeah,
we look at the progress of. The progress of this team through different lenses when you understand it's a rebuild. Okay, but what I do expect is to see progression, some type of improvement as the season goes on. And in the 7th week, I'm seeing regression, not progression, but they're regressing. And that's not good. I mean, the team is still undisciplined. That's on the coach. The play calling and the scheming is horrible. It's not even college. It's like high school level.
No, it's not high school. Don't disrespect. We got some powerhouse high school teams. Don't disrespect some of these teams. All right.
Look at Pat. Pat said, "No, it ain't even high school."
No. Because in reality, if you look at the defense, they have. Seth Jordan said it. They have 4 coverages. They have a 2 high safety, cover 2 deep zone. They have a 1-man under that they never use. They have a 2-man under. They basically don't even have a blitz package. They don't have a blitz package. It's not yes. All right, we might not have the personnel, but it's just like you going to the casino playing blackjack, right? Instead of hitting every time you get those 2 cards, that's it. That's all you do. I'm not betting. I'm just keeping that right here. You got to take chances in this league. You can't have these players sitting on their heels playing defense. You got to be aggressive on defense to be successful in this league, regardless who you have out there, except for Alex Singleton and Wilson. They have to be aggressive. Take advantage of what they do. Wilson doesn't play good coverage. He should be blitzing every down.
Yeah, I mean, come on, guy. He's playing this defense. I'm talking about. I don't know. I'm not calling him JG anymore. Anyway, he's not. He doesn't deserve a nickname or a shortening. He's just Jonathan Gannon. Uh, so Jonathan Gannon's philosophy is not to give up the big play. But what does it matter if you're not you're trying not to give up the 50-yard bomb, but you're giving up 50 yards on 6 plays. It doesn't matter. Still adding up to 50 yards, and they're just constantly moving. And we go up against these great quarterbacks, and they're taking what you're giving them, which is a lot. I mean, okay, so they can't throw a 40-yard bomb, but they'll take the 8 yards here, the 9 yards here, the 10 yards here, and they'll consistently just move the ball down the field. And then, we have no kind of resistance in the red zone, so they score. And you look at the drives. We just talked about it in the pregame. I mean, before we came on tonight, right? Yeah. First drive, which we intercepted, but it was 14 plays, 86 yards. That's Las Vegas. Second drive, they got a touchdown, 10 plays, 72 yards. Third possession, they got another touchdown, 11 plays, 96 yards. Field goal on the next one. That was after the fumble, so they didn't have to drive that far. But they got a field goal there. End of the half, they open up the half. 8 plays, touchdown. Next drive, 8 plays, touchdown.
This is so I know it's in the I gotta talk about this in the second quarter. I'll talk about it in the second quarter. Man.
All right. So that's the end of the first quarter.
And that's the end of the quarter.
All right, you guys are watching Eagles Talk, the #1 Eagles coverage show on Facebook. That's by Eagles fans, for Eagles fans. And we like to talk about our favorite football team. We like to talk about the Eagles. We like to do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots. I am on sabbatical after celebrating very heartily for my birthday. I am on sabbatical, so I'm just sipping on some chamomile tea, trying to relax myself because I'm so worked up, and I knew I had to come on this show. So I said I better drink something that's going to soothe me because I'm going to be worked up. So I'm drinking the chamomile tea. Let me know what you're drinking out there. Pat is doing the Jameson. So let's do this. Everybody, to our Philadelphia Eagles, and hope that things get better. Down the hatch. 3, 2, 1.
You're now listening to the second quarter.
Let me open up with a couple comments, see what the people are saying out there in the chat room. Stacy says, has the team already checked out? I think they are on the verge of it. We heard Fletcher Cox, kind of call Jonathan Gannon on the carpet a little bit. So to me, that's the sign right there. You got a veteran leader right there, and he's speaking up on behalf of his teammates probably, and letting them know that, the scheme he's not happy with. It's not utilizing what he does best. Not only him, I mean, although Big Play Slay is having a okay year, he's not getting burnt. He's actually doing what they're asking him to do, which I think is wrong for them to ask him to do that because they're asking a press corner to play 10 yards off the ball, where his strength is he's a press corner. Why you have a press corner? I mean, you got him because he was one of the top cornerbacks. Why was he one of the top cornerbacks? Because he was one of the best press corners out there. So what do? We do the same thing we did with Nam. We bring a press corner in here, and then we ask him to play off the ball. That's not – I don't – and they sold me a bill of goods because he said that he didn't have a scheme because he wanted to do so. He wanted to shape his defense around the personnel he had. Well, you have a press corner, and and this is the coverage. This is putting him in the best situation to be the best he could be. You have a bully of a tackle there, albeit Fletcher Cox is not who he used to be, but he's still a bully if you play him in the right manner, but you're utilizing him in the wrong manner. So he can't, and he's frustrated, and he let it out a little bit, and I don't blame him. And so is he starting to lose the team? I think it's starting to happen. It's starting to happen. We have Nichelle here. How long are you going to stay with us this time? I don't know.
It's still lagging for me when you guys add me to the studio because my my connector doesn't arrive until the morning. So.
Okay. Well, we can hear you. Let me just finish with a couple more comments. Ted Wiggins says this is a Pop Warner team. Don't insult Pop Warner teams. Are you kidding me? I seen Pop Warner teams play harder. No, I'm only kidding. No,
This is intramurals, man. This is intramural. No, you know what?
Intramural.
It's not even intramurals. I can't even say that because there are some very competitive intramural teams.
Jason says flowers. Let's talk about that's a damn joke. Talking about some damn flowers. These grown ass men out here, gladiators, and that's the look. Even you could have used a tree. That would have been a more manly. You could have used a tree. He used the flowers, roses, daisies. What is he doing? I mean, like, dude. His message cannot be taken seriously in that locker room, man. I wish I was a fly on the wall to see the reaction that these grown-ass warriors looking at their coach talk about flowers.
The fertilizer jokes were plenty. There were so many fertilizer jokes.
Goodness. Michelle, can you imagine being somewhere and you got somebody like Brian Dawkins, right? Sitting in the locker, getting ready for the game, right? Or getting ready for practice, and you got a coach got to say a preps, and he say, you got to be like fertilizer because you got to be the flowers inside the fertilizer. Like, what you think he would have said? What do you think he would have? Coach, I think that'd been the first time Brian Dawkins would have cursed.
Oh, yeah. God dog, he wouldn't have been God dog. He would have been like, damn it, what the
what are you talking about? It's a total shit show. I mean, Philly sports in general is kind of a total shit show right now. To be honest with you. In case you wonder what I'm drinking, I got Jersey Red. I got my mic off. Y'all can hear me though. I mean my camera off, but y'all can hear me.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's just
it seems like it sounds like it's really good.
Yeah, it is. I'm over it. I'm kind of over everything. I had a long day, and to hear the pundits talk about what's wrong with the Eagles, it's what can we even say? Yes,
they had a great first drive.
Yes, Hurts needs to do better. The players need to do better. But this coaching staff is a disaster. Right. Who is going to lead these players to do better? Who?
Minshew Mania.
Yeah.
Who?
I say
they need coaches. They need coaches. They're all young and they need coaches. There's not enough veterans on this team to go with Similac coaches, wet behind the ears, who still haven't given up the formula yet because they're not ready.
Yeah, heard a great point made today by Seth also. He said, we expected growing pains, but you look at the dynamics. We have young players and young coaches. Not a great mix.
That's a disaster.
They're growing together. Like these young players the coaches are growing at the same rate as the players. Nah, we need leaders of men. We need people, and he doesn't even have a good mix of veteran coaches on the staff. Like this
it's sad.
When you look
how many veteran coaches do we have on the staff?
Jeff Stoutland.
That's about it.
But you know what? But the crazy thing is, Jonathan Gannon is a veteran NFL coach. He's a veteran NFL coach.
Who?
Jonathan Gannon, whatever his name is now, because I'm stuttering because I've been drinking. But the thing about it is, when you're playing defensive play lasts between 6 to 12 seconds, depending on the play, right? When you have these drives, like you pointed out a little bit earlier, Dante, of 8 plays, 12 plays, 11 play drives, it's over 4 minutes. Let's just get in the boxing ring and throw your fist for 3 minutes and see how tired you are. So these defensive linemen are in these trenches for 4+ minutes, play in and play out, because you don't want to play your corners tight. You think those short intermediate passes is okay. You don't want to get over. You don't want to give nothing over the top. But but you're losing your defensive line. You're tiring these 300-pound guys out. That's what you're doing.
Well, how long has Jonathan Gannon been a DC?
He hasn't been
never
as DC. He's been a.
I rest my case.
He's been around.
I rest my
case. But
he's
been coaching. He's been coaching.
He's been. They've all been coaching, but at these positions, they are newbies. It's a different ball game.
They are.
When you're a DC, a OC, and a head coach.
You're 100% right.
This is
Insanity.
insanity. The defense
What's
is
Ben Simmons up to?
he's insane too. But no, this is insane because we have a defensive coordinator. You know the definition of insanity, right? It's doing the same thing over and over and expecting different
Tell it.
results.
Preach,
This
Dante.
guy
Preach.
is doing the same thing over and over, and he's expecting that it's going to work this time. It didn't work the first 5-6 weeks. Why? Try something different. Just give it a try. We don't know. It may not work, but we won't know if you don't try. How about coming out with an aggressive manner one game? I mean, you got to take shots at you have to put some pressure on the quarterback. These quarterbacks, you saw the stat, right? In our previous 1,280 game team season, I mean, career, I mean, franchise,
Yep.
we only given up 80% completion rate to like 8 quarterbacks in our whole 100-year existence or whatever. In this season alone, we've given it up, what, 4 or 5 times already?
I think every quarterback this year is doing
This
that.
guy only missed 3 passes.
Yo, he was like for the first half. I think he was perfect. That one pass that he missed was an interception.
Yeah, and that was a completion. Just to the wrong team, but
Yeah, it's the wrong thing.
Well, man, this is insane. This is just insane. This guy, I don't know. Even if you don't have the personnel, you got to at least try something different. It may be a case that he doesn't have enough, but I fail to believe.
I don't think it's personnel at all, to be honest
Yeah, I don't
with
either.
you. I'm sorry. There's
not
way
personnel.
too many young guns on this squad that you could work with if you were a seasoned head coach.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And we don't even know what kind of talent we actually do have because the coaches are garbage.
Yeah,
So
the
we're
coach.
not seeing the players being developed in a normal fashion
True.
because the coaches are still trying to figure out how the hell to coach.
But you know what? It does start at the top. And I just saw it coming. That was like right in the middle of my mind. It does start at the top. It starts from the owner down to the GM, trickle down to the head coach, to the rest of the players. If you're
Mhm.
soft about who you put in these positions and want to be at every single press conference opposite your head coach and instead of having your head coach be the man that he should be, then you have this result. You have this soft ass team. This team is
Yeah.
soft. All right, they're not tackling. They're not.
They're a reflection of their coaches. Buddy Ryan's team wasn't
I had to
soft.
take a pause. I had to take
Nope.
a pause.
They're a reflection of their coaches.
I had to take a pause because these
All right,
Come on
that's the end of
now.
the second quarter. It's halftime.
And that's the end of the quarter.
He's sending flowers. How you think this team is going? I can't even with the flowers. I'm still bugging off of that.
Look,
I guess
it's
he's trying
halftime
to
of
join
Eagles
Mark
Talk.
Zuckerberg's metaverse.
And we have had more success in the first half of our show than the Eagles have had in the first half of their previous 5 games put together. All right, in this quarter.
I just did, man.
All right, let's start the second quarter then.
Third quarter.
You're
I'm
now
sorry.
listening to the third quarter.
You're watching Eagles Talk, the #1 Eagles coverage show on Facebook by Eagles fans, for Eagles fans, by some pissed off Eagles fans, for some pissed off Eagles fans. And we like to talk about our favorite football team, if they're still our favorite football team. And we like to do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots. Again, I'm on a sabbatical. Just got finished partying all week. Need the detox.
I know. Happy
And,
belated. I saw all the
I saw that.
pictures.
Hot
I wish you guys were there, but
I was-
I
I
wasn't
was-
in
I was-
charge.
I-
of the-
I
I
wasn't
would've-
invited
I know I wasn't in charge of the guest list. I didn't know, and then when I did
'cause
find
I
out,
would have came and ate. I would have brought some gifts.
I would just brought a bottle.
People are talking about the
tomahawk.
draft picks. Yo, what are draft picks? We're going to waste more talent on this coaching staff. Stop
oh
playing.
no, we can't do that.
Stop
we can't do
playing.
that. All right, let's
It's
get the
not
shot in
about the draft picks at this point. Who's going to bring in more talent to this
to
shit
let
show
this
of
coach
coaches?
destroy. Yeah, let
Come
this
on.
coaching staff destroy them.
How are we gonna bring them in? Let's get the shot in.
All right, okay, all right. Pat's doing the Jameson. Michelle,
I'm doing wine,
she's
red wine,
drinking
Jersey
wine, and I'm
red.
drinking chamomile tea, trying to soothe my nerves because this team has me so worked
That's
up.
right, stressed.
Just stressed out,
You
yo.
should see all my gray hairs.
Oh my goodness!
have
I
one,
didn't
but
want,
I'm
I didn't
about
even
to
go
get one.
back and watch that game. I said, nah,
I'm not
man.
watching any game. I didn't even
forget
watch.
that.
Thank God I had an award ceremony that saved me from having to watch that debacle. But I did
Unfortunately,
listen to it the
I did
first
watch it.
quarter on the ride over.
No, that was horrible. All right, here we go. Everybody, down the hatch. Let me know what you're drinking out there. Jason's drinking the Fireball shots. All right, here we go. Down the hatch. 3, 2, 1. Oh, that must be the sound for me to update you guys on the Eagles Talk Fantasy Football League. Yeah, that must
Who's
be that
number
time.
one now? Go ahead,
Okay.
birthday boy.
Yeah. It's bittersweet because, as you know, if you know anything about the show, I have a bunch of cow turds on my team, and I'm riding them to the best record, or well tied with the best record in the league with one Nichelle down there. But yeah, doing good.
He
It's
tied.
bittersweet.
He's the only one that beat me in the league was Dante, and then he took the number one spot from me.
Man,
He came for that number one spot, like Luda said.
Like Luda.
I am dying a slow death. I'm number 13.
Oh, yeah.
I'm the same record as the Eagles right now. I'm 2-5. Same exact
Yeah.
record.
Oh,
But you
my
know what?
goodness.
This is the theme from Any Given Sunday. You remember Any Given Sunday? How the team sucked in the first half of the season. Then all of a sudden, you know, I hate to say this about Jalen, they put another quarterback that had some energy, that had something behind them.
Willie Beeman.
Yeah.
Willie
So what are you
Beeman.
saying? You got a quarterback that you bringing off the bench now that's going to rejuvenate
Come
your
on.
team?
No.
No.
I mean, I
First
like
of all,
Gardner Mesh.
in
I like
any
Gardner
given
Mesh, but
Sunday,
no.
they had a actually decent coach.
Yeah, they had
Look,
a real coach.
Pat is about
So-
to be about to be one and done with his own team. They're gonna let Pat go after the season.
Yeah, that was an auto draft. I ain't gonna hold you up. I'm in an abusive relationship with that auto draft on NFL.com fantasy.
We're gonna get it
football.
right next season now.
Yes,
We're
we
gonna get it
will.
right next season. Don't worry about it.
Oh my goodness.
This is the
Oh.
first year we did fantasy, right?
Yeah, this is like second
Third.
year.
Third year.
All right, Jeremiah. Let me go to some comments. Jeremiah, can we go after some real coaches next year, like Eric Bieniemy?
No,
I
they're
want
never
Deuce.
gonna do that.
Nah.
Yeah, I want Deuce actually. Jim
Why
says
would
Eagles.
we get coaches that could actually bring draft picks with them? Because
I
that's
know.
what you get when you get an Eric or a Deuce.
Right.
You get real football guys and no football guys. That's what we need. We need football guys and no football guys.
That have at least been a DC or OC or a head coach at some point in their career. Like, why? Whose idea was it to make sure all of those positions were fresh off the boat newbies?
I know.
That was the worst plan ever.
But on a positive note,
what is positive? Tell me, please. What is positive out of this whole situation?
our punters have an outstanding year.
Oh my God.
He had what, like one bad game, I think it
Yeah,
was.
he is having an excellent year because he's getting a lot of practice during the
Yeah.
game at punting. And that's not good. You know what I mean? We don't want to see him that much. We're seeing him a lot, too much.
But the reality is, in corporate America, they don't hire somebody that's never been in the C-suite to go lead a company. Why would they do this with the Eagles?
Right.
just
Well, I
doesn't-
mean, maybe that was Andy Reid he wasn't even an offensive coordinator. He was a quarterback's coach, wasn't he?
So you bring in
So
no, he was a tight end. Yeah, he was.
no, he was quarterback coach.
He was
I don't
quarterback
think. Yeah, he wasn't even the
You
OC when we gave him the job.
Yeah, but it's Andy Reid.
Yeah, that's
What's up, cuz?
a Hall of Fame coach.
And-
Not
and,
now,
like,
cuz
he
this is
has
not
a
a
whole
good time.
coaching tree, so I don't see Nick Sirianni producing a coaching tree like Andy Reid does. Andy Reid is responsible for
can't.
half of the coaches in the league.
Yeah, he is. He does have a large coaching tree out there. Jeremiah says we got them Doughboy ass coaches. Doughboy ass coaches. Kyle says, imagine if Hurts played the entire game like he does in the fourth quarter. Best fantasy quarterback ever.
I'm gonna tell you
Which
this
is
about her.
all he will ever be a fantasy quarterback. Dude's been playing the RPO package since high school.
Right. So why hasn't the coach given him something besides
No,
RPO to
so you
run?
got to understand something, right? When we went into that first drive, where you put Jalen Hurts under center, he had his best passes. The offense looked totally different when you put him
Say that again. Under what?
under center.
Under what?
Under
We've
center.
been in shotgun for how many weeks?
Too many.
How many weeks have we been
All
in
right,
shotgun?
so
Stop playing.
his dynamic is the ability to move in within the pocket, right? That's his dynamic. He's a one read quarterback right now. He hasn't progressed. He's went backwards in that shotgun form. But in that first drive, you saw something from Jalen Hurts you didn't see from him all year. You saw him hit passes. His best pass in the game was to Dallas Goedert that ran a post corner route. It's a perfect pass within the first quarter. Then you go away from it.
So
You go away
right.
from it.
So
Then-
as a coach, if you see he does well under center,
You keep.
why
running it.
would you put him back in
Keep
shotgun?
running it. It's Madden. It's Madden, Dante. It's Madden, Michelle. It's Madden football. If it works, why am I changing it up?
See, he does it all the time. And then he blames it on these sheets and the data like this is freaking baseball. It's not baseball,
I'm
bruh.
gonna give you some knowledge real quick. All right, so Miles Sanders when I
No,
was
don't
in-
give it to me. Give it to Nick. I don't need it. Give it to Nick. He
Right?
needs
Give it to Sirianni and Gannon and all of
Go
them.
look at tape of your players before this season. Boston Scott is an inside-outside runner. All right, Miles Sanders went down. Okay, I understand injuries happen. He's going to get injured every season. I'll be honest with you, he's going to get injured every season. Miles Sanders is your in-between running back. He's a straight-up running back. Gainwell is a converted receiver to running back, so he still hasn't gained that vision. He's a dynamic guy in the backfield. You can use him many different functions in different ways, but a straight-up running back in that situation can still run your offense with Boston Scott. You go back under center. You hand the ball off. The
Thank you.
misdirection single run play got you 7 yards.
Did you talk about
You had three
declining?
tight ends. You had
Yo.
we had 3 tight ends in the game. It was a straight up run play, and you go away from that.
You know why?
Because he doesn't know what he's doing.
Because he's
how free.
clueless.
Because of how free.
He's
Did you talk about
clueless.
the stupid
Don't say
3rd and
timeout.
15 call
Oh,
when he declined? Who declines
so it's the first.
to get to four?
So that's what we got to turn over, and that's why Fletcher Cox was upset because it was 4th down and 2. They were actually bringing the punt team onto the field.
Yeah.
And Sirianni pulled the ref to the side and said, I want to accept the penalty. The next play was a 44-yard pass to who? Zay Jones, who only had 1 catch the whole game. He had 1 catch the whole game.
Can you tell me the logic behind that?
It makes no sense.
No
That's
sense.
a rookie head coach. That's a rookie head coach.
No, but come on. A rookie head coach, it's not even a rookie head coach. I just don't think he.
Their offense was looking beautiful like a flower, and he just wanted
Stop.
to continue
I just
to
don't think he
admire
has
the
what it
flower
takes
of
yet to be a head
I
coach.
don't know what the hell this
doesn't.
guy
And
doing.
I think he got away with hype and mediocrity and people elevating him to something he's not because they may have been excited by how he talks and he comes from a football family.
But
So on the outside,
hogwash.
he looks like he should be a great.
And he was the only one that
up-and-coming
was
head
willing
coach.
to take the job.
No,
He was
the
the
hell
only
with that.
one.
The
He was
hell
the
with
only
that.
one
He has
willing to
no
take the
business
job. Let's
being a
not
head
discount
coach.
that either.
You don't.
know what?
You don't even. Well, he was the only one they wanted to offer the job.
No. They
Under their
they
conditions.
canceled
Under
the
their
head coach.
conditions.
Yes,
Let
they
me
canceled the
preface
head
it.
coach from the Chargers because he didn't fit the mold that they want. They want
Right.
a
This
pass
is
area
on Lori and
So
Howie.
they got a coach that has a wide receiver background, who's a wide receiver coach, who was actually a play caller, but not a play caller, right? You got this guy. His background is for receivers. If you got a coach that's for receivers, I hate to say this, receivers are what? They are divas. They are divas.
Mhm.
So they're not down about the nitty gritty. They're not down to say, you know what, let's get in the trenches. Let's on 1 yard line. Let's
Put Jason's comment up.
pull
That's how
people up
far
there.
we have sunk. I
Well,
agree. I
what happened?
totally agree. I would take Chip Kelly over this dude.
No, I would
Oh,
not. No,
yeah.
I'm not going
It's
to
yeah.
that bad. Come, Chip
No,
Kelly
no,
wouldn't
hey,
have
time out.
declined
I'm
a
about to throw a flag on
penalty
you,
to
Nichelle. I'm
give
about to
you
throw a
fourth
flag on you, Nichelle.
down. Stop playing. He at least knew how to handle penalties.
No, that's a
Shady
good
Nicole.
question though, because I might take.
No,
I mean,
no,
if we had Chip
no.
or Sirianni, who would you take right now?
Sirianni, because
Chip.
Chip
No, I
straight up
still
cut
take
Deshaun
Chip.
Jackson. Straight up cut Deshaun Jackson.
I know
Traded
what Chip
LaShawn
did,
McCoy.
but
Yeah,
penalties. Damn.
Nah.
Yeah, that
Sirianni
team.
don't even know how to.
I don't know.
deal
They
with
are
penalties.
running neck and neck. That's the
They
thing.
are.
They are running
They're-
neck and neck.
That's
along
sad.
with Rich Kotite.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, we got Rich Kotite.
Why you do
Some
that?
of y'all ain't
Damn.
even old enough to know about Rich Kotite.
Yeah. Look, people are chiming in, and they
They're
would
like,
take
Chip.
Chip. I don't know about Chip.
Yo,
Chip. Yes, Chip. Yeah, I'm taking Chip. It's like yo.
That's terrible if we're taking
what's the
Chip. That's how
linebacker name?
bad this coaching
And
staff
Chip
is.
was one of the worst coaches.
Rich
I mean,
was
oh my
one of the
god.
worst.
What was Chip's
Matt
linebacker
Nagy.
name
Oh
for
my
Buffalo?
God, that's really the bottom.
But Chip he had 2 seasons of 10 wins.
Yes, he did. He did.
You
But
know,
that was Andy Reid's team. That wasn't his team. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah, it
Andy
was
Reid's
Andy Reid's team.
So he changed the offense. He changed the offense up and came more of an air raid offense. A more of a quick hit RPO type offense. The
right.
NFL wasn't used to yet. The NFL was not used to that type of offense.
So,
yet.
well, they
So
caught
he-
up quick.
They caught up
They
real
caught
quick.
really fast, and then all that fast motion, hurry up stuff was, it wasn't good.
I'm just
I don't know. I
saying,
might rethink that. But
This
they
is
probably
horrible.
they might be on the same level. But this is
All right, guys.
This is like
I
that.
would take Chip over this guy right now.
I was done after that penalty when
Man.
I just couldn't even. That's when I was like, you know what? Let me turn the TV off and get to my function. I can't. I was just in shock of what I was
We are.
watching.
We are not going to Marriott. No, we're not going that way, Bill. We
yo
are not
Marion Fox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're full of dysfunction. This
Yeah, we
whole
are.
city is dysfunction. Are
That's
the
why we
Flyers
drink
doing
Jameson.
okay?
No,
Have
the
we
Flyers
checked in
they're
on
the
them?
only one that's balling.
They
The
ball.
Flyers
Right.
the only one balling.
Everybody else has had dysfunction for the past few seasons. The Phillies, the Sixers,
I
and
would
the
take
Eagles.
Doug.
Yeah, I would take Doug. I would
I'd
take
take
Doug
Doug
back in a
right
heartbeat.
Oh my
right now.
God. I miss Doug.
Doug, we
I'm
miss
not
you.
even gonna lie.
Look, and I was one of the ones running them out of town. But
Yes,
you
you
were
was.
I would
totally
take-
leading the Doug has to
yeah,
go.
I was
But
leaving
I
that.
if
love
you
it.
now,
had known this is what we were going to get, you would have
Oh my God.
squashed that.
Doug, if you're watching now, I like to just say I'm sorry. I am so sorry. And if you could just come back and find it in your heart to forgive me and the team and all of us who would, I'm so sorry, Doug. Doug, come back.
I'm
Come
with you,
back, Doug.
Jeremiah.
You know what? This is for Doug Peterson coming back. No, I'm joking.
Oh shucks.
Shout out. I gotta do this one shout out though. Shout out to
You don't know what you got till it's gone.
Yeah, shout out to Zach
Yeah.
Ertz. He got
Jody
had
Mitchell
his
never
his longest reception of his career last week, right? And he got yak. And
he
now
got
his
yak.
the football in his gloves is in NFL Hall of Fame because he was the first player ever to score on 2 different teams a week apart from each other.
Mm-hmm. I got yak too as a gift for my birthday. Got some yak. But anyway, let's go.
You can't drink it. Let me
Here
get
we
that.
go.
Let me get that. You can't drink
Yeah,
that.
no. Everything's on. I got some very good bottles too, man.
Oh,
All right,
man, I
so
got them.
you are watching Eagles Talk. We're going into the fourth quarter. Well, you're watching Eagles Talk, the #1 Eagles coverage show on Facebook by angry Eagles fans for angry Eagles fans. And we're talking about our football team, the Philadelphia Eagles, and we like to do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots. I'm on sabbatical, so I'm just sipping on my chamomile tea. It's not working because I'm still ramped up. I'm still pissed off. I'm going to have to get another cup of this. Pat is drinking the Jameson.
Yes, sir. My Irish
Jameson,
roots.
and Michelle is sipping on her
Red wine.
blend. Red blend.
You should
wine.
try catnip tea, Dante. That'll have you real
Catnip.
smooth and swazy.
Okay.
Catnip
I need
has
that.
a tea.
All right, so
No, there
everybody,
is
let me know what
catnip
you're
tea.
drinking out there.
It makes you sleepy.
And let's take it down. 3, 2, 1.
You're now listening to the fourth quarter.
Oh my goodness, this is crazy. Seth for the next head coach.
I would agree with that because you know what?
Well, so, I
he's mellowed
talked
out.
to some former players, and they said Seth may not have the disposition
Yeah. No,
You know what?
I can see that.
Michelle,
to coach some of these younger players
I think he's coming
because
to
he
realize.
might grip them up by their collar.
Yes,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
true.
ca-
But I think he's starting to realize that this is a different NFL. He said it
No,
today.
he gonna get a case.
No, he
gonna
said it
catch a
today.
case.
said,
He
"You
might
know what?
catch a case.
Yeah, he
Exactly
gonna
what
catch a
Dante
case.
said. Former
is-
Eagle players was like, Seth may catch a case.
But
It's
he
not a
said this
good idea
today.
for him to coach.
Michelle, he said this today on WIP. He said, you know what? I played for a very aggressive coach, so I have a very aggressive disposition. That's what he said. He said that
Tell
on
it.
WIP.
Tell it.
He said,
Mhm.
I do have to temper myself to what today's NFL is. It's not my NFL, it's today's NFL. And
Mhm.
therefore, I have to temper how I expect teams to play. They can't be as aggressive as we were, but there is still aggression in
Look at
this
Travis.
game.
He is getting locked up. He's
Yeah.
catching the case.
All I can see is Seth coming out, being escorted out, handcuffed, coming out of training camp. Because he done slapped one of these dumb young boys up in the
Right
head,
upside the head.
right upside the
the
head, and then they're
And they
taking
start
him out.
crying.
You know what? We need it. Let's be honest. We need
Like, yo,
for some reason we always have the most soft team there is. Sometimes
Yeah,
our defense might be aggressive and our offense is like, pushing flowers. Our offense is aggressive and our defense is like, don't touch me. It's never like the whole team is aggressive together. Like that Super Bowl year, yes, we had some good games, we had some bad games. But we won as a team. We were aggressive on both sides of the fence into the Super Bowl. That's a different thing. But
and our coaches were aggressive.
Yes,
Our
they were
coaches
very
were aggressive with their
They were
play
very
calling. We actually ran the ball. We
did run
actually
the ball.
ran plays. We didn't depend on the RPO. Come on now.
We didn't depend on the RPO until actually they figured out that's what Nick Foles runs the best.
Right.
So that didn't become a staple of the offense. You got to realize that was not even a staple of the offense when Carson Wentz was having that
No.
phenomenal season for us. That was just part of, we can do this here and there. It became a staple of the offense once Carson Wentz went down. The last game when we played the Giants, not the last game, when we played the Giants, they try to figure out what works best for Nick Foles. And that worked best for Nick Foles.
But
And we
Nick
scored
had
4
years
offensive
under
touchdowns.
his belt by that
right.
point.
Correct.
So that's
had-
okay. You don't do that for somebody that's still in their rookie year.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
And you've got to give them some more, to work with too, because you can't treat these players like kids, like babies. You know what I'm saying?
You can't talk about
And-
flowers in the locker room.
Yeah, flowers, no playbook. Like,
You know what that
what
makes us
is
look
it?
like
I wanna know
across
what
the
their
league right
playbook
now?
looks
You
like.
know what that whole press conference makes us look like?
Bitches.
Like we're softer than a baby's bottom. That's what
No,
it makes
no,
us.
it makes it look like
We're
some
softer than a baby's bottom right now.
We look like a bunch of punk asses.
No, I got to
right
put
Yeah.
now.
yes.
For real.
Yes, I was going to say that.
For
Let's
real.
just call it what it is. We
Oh,
look like a
man.
bunch of punk
Oh,
asses,
man,
and
we
he's
do.
sending flowery group messaging to his team. I'm just
Michelle, you
my
know,
mind
like-
is still
Michelle,
blown
you know what?
by that.
Michelle, we look like a glass house during a hurricane. That's what we look like. We're
Mhm.
not standing up to anything. We have no aggression. Even the commentators, and normally I turn the commentators off and listen to WIP during the game, but I actually listen to the commentator because one of the guys, a former player, he was breaking down like it looks like they took their heart. They don't have no fight. There's no aggression in these guys.
Yeah.
They're scared to tackle. He
Dude,
said,
look,
But like you
nobody-
said, we
look,
can't
nobody
discount
even-
the coaching.
No, you can't. That's the That's where the problem starts. Is the coaching. We just talked about Seth Joyner embodying the coach that he played under.
Thank you.
Now,
that
imagine
was my point.
They're
That was my
embodying
point.
the coach that they play under. I mean, our
Right.
defensive coordinator, he looks soft, he talks soft. Our head coach is talking about flowers. He's soft, he talks soft. So this team they're
Off.
soft. They're soft. That's what
Yeah,
you can't.
right.
and they
Right.
need
Your
to be
your
one and done.
your coach shapes you,
Yes.
Mhm.
especially when you're young.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you're young and you're trying to find your way in a league, in business, and anything. That person that's coaching and mentoring you, they are going to shape how you perform.
Mhm.
And people were not even thinking about that for this beginning of the season, but look how it turned out. I
Yeah,
always said it was going to be back on these coaches were too young. They're too
Mhm.
young, they're too inexperienced. And this is a league of men. And
Mhm.
to win, you have to be a league
grown man,
of right,
grown men.
grown ass men.
Mhm.
You have to
I,
be a
This
leader
is
of
not
men.
how you win football games.
I
This
still
is
remember this to this day when we played. Me and my brothers playing football for the Overbrook Chargers, semi-pro football team in the league, and we played a Division II school. We played a Division school. It was a preseason game, uh, and we went against this team that had, they had 90 players on the team like a normal college team would have, and we straight up dominated them to the tune of 40-0. And when we walked around, he said, it's a difference between a boy and a man. It's a difference between grown man strength and a teenage strength. Right now, we're playing in that same mode where we are on a boy's level in a man's
mhm,
game. All right. You
mhm.
got to have some man mentality when you go out on the field. You got to have some coaches that doesn't think, we should do this softly. No, you have to go out there and hit and knock a mother effer out. You got to have that mentality, or you're going to get punched in the mouth week in and week out. And that's what we're seeing right now. Our defense is playing. It's 3rd down and 2. Why the hell is our corners playing off receiver 7 to 8 yards? All you gotta do is throw the ball 2 yards. That's all you gotta do. That
I
makes
hope
absolutely no sense in any defensive scheme that you have your corners playing off of a receiver on 3rd down and 1, 3rd down
that's
and
right.
2. That makes absolutely no sense. Oh, give them the short passes so we don't worry about the deep passes. Bullshit. Come on, have some aggression, have some
Pat Big
fortitude,
Mad.
have some fortitude for what you call. Be aggressive, or you're gonna lose your spot. Cause nobody in
Jim,
the city likes people being a bunch of
yeah,
punk butts
pansies,
right now.
a bunch of
Pansies.
bitches.
You
But
can't
anyway,
say the P word because the
I
P
had to
word is
stop.
strong and resilient, and
right.
these mofos are not
You're
strong
right.
and resilient. Let's be clear. They don't even earn that title.
You know what,
Look,
Giselle?
Jim Schwartz's
Shots to
defense
you.
doesn't look too bad today, does it?
No, it
Oh my
doesn't.
God! I mean, he played soft too in Sticks defense, but it didn't look as bad as this looks.
No, it looks
Oh,
This is
man,
horrible.
listen.
Then when you have Alex Singleton and Wilson at the same damn time, these guys, it's a freaking run play, and you're looking at the running back. Instead of strolling through the running back chest, you let him come to you and get 5 yards. That makes absolutely no sense in any aspect of football. In
Ganny
any
doesn't know
aspect of
that though.
football.
He's clueless about that.
I'm sorry.
It's not getting better, yo. So I don't want to be Debbie Downer here,
I
but
am.
it's
I'm
not
sorry.
getting better.
I
I don't
try,
Debbie
see it.
Downer.
I
It's all
try not to
good.
go this route after the
It's
game. I try
not.
to be
May
positive.
It's
the
after
not.
the
ghosts
game.
of Buddy Ryan haunt them during Christmas and the holidays.
I'm telling you, man. We just
I'm
have to
sorry.
Oh man,
we have to suffer through 10 more weeks of this, man.
yo,
10
can
more
you
weeks we have to
imagine?
suffer through this. And
Hey,
then with hopes, and at least me, this is the mentality. I have to suffer through this for the next 10 weeks in hope of this guy being let go at the end of the year. Because it's going to be even worse if they bring
yeah,
him back next year. It's not
Yo,
they
I
should not.
don't even know
but they say he's
if
not gonna
I
fire.
could watch them if Sirianni comes back. I might not even watch the games and just check in once in a while because I can't. They cannot. They just don't even put that in a universe. He has to go.
Ted.
You know what?
He
You
has
know
to
what?
go.
Yeah, this is a good question. That's the
So,
end of the fourth quarter, but we got a couple minutes before it's 8 o'clock. So let's talk about this upcoming game because I don't see us winning. I mean, it's a
they're
winnable game,
they're
and
not
we've talked
aggressive.
about winnable games, and
Mhm.
this might. But Detroit, they do play tough. They play tough. I mean, they don't have a very talented roster, but they have heart, and
Yes.
they're in the games with some of these teams that we're not. We're not even in the game. We're
They're
out
the
of the
first
game
team.
at halftime.
Dante, they're on the shell. They're the first team in NFL history to lose a game on the game-winning kick when the kick is over 55 yards.
That's your peoples.
And Deuces down there. Deuces coming
That's
back.
your
I mean, not
peoples.
Deuces coming back. They not. We playing in
66-yard kick and a 58-yard field goal to end win the game against the Detroit Lions, and back-to-back weeks at that. Like that. That's just like that pulls all the air out of your system. This is see that or hear that.
Now this will be. Do we beat? Let's think about it. I mean, I'm not gonna give our prediction or whatever, but do we beat the Detroit Lions? Do we beat? Do you
I don't
see
know.
this team or this coaching staff being able to turn it around? Because I think this is a pivotal game for this team. If they lose, I mean, you coming off of. I mean, you're coming off of the flower thing, right? And that just doesn't sound like something that's going to get me worked up.
We're
to run
being
onto
made
the
fun
field.
of. We're being clowned in every locker room around the league right now.
I can
I'm
see
a
them
little
at the
team.
tunnel like, let's 1 on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Like,
We're
come
Flowers.
on.
Let's go get them. Let's go get them.
So
You
I
gotta
have
play
to,
like a flower out there, man. You
I
gotta
have to
play
look
like
at
a
the
flower.
off season. That's why I got my draft shirt on. Oh, the draft shirt on. I have been looking at players in the off season, so I'm compiling a small little list.
More
can't
players that we could ruin? Oh, that's wonderful.
But you know what? You know the
That's
crazy thing about it,
wonderful.
and I'm thinking about this. You look at our players, right? Jalen Rager ain't playing nothing, right? But in college, he was on par to be a superstar. JJ Arthur-Whiteside is an afterthought. He's a blocking wide receiver, but in college he wasn't a go-to wide receiver, but he's a guy to go up and get the ball at any given time that you wanted it, right? Dallas Goedert was the best tight end in college football, but he played at D2 level. Jalen Hurts was a Heisman Trophy runner-up. We have some
And your coaches totally trashed all of
Yes.
those players' careers.
Like it's development. We don't have people to develop these players' talents. Like I saw a route out there, and JJ I don't know if he got injured on the play. He didn't even look. He ran the route and didn't even look for the ball. Like he
1,
ran a
2,
route and
3
was looking
roses.
oh my goodness!
It's
On
true
earth.
though. It's
Goodness,
true.
this
Like
is the
we
thing,
really
man.
have to, from a football
Fly,
business
flowers, fly.
that's stop. From a football business standpoint, if you don't have the personnel, whether it be at coaching or your medical staff, your training staff, all of that comes into play. If you don't have the personnel to develop the team, to keep them healthy, and to get all the talent that they showed in college and elevate that, that's something wrong with you.
Yes.
You know, I coach track, I coach cheer, I coach dance, whatever, all the way up to D1.
Okay.
You get out what you put in.
You're 100% right.
So
From
how
your
effective
team.
was your? Because
As a coach, I had an all-star team, cheerleaders. They thought they were mediocre, and they may have been mediocre not winning local competitions. By the time I was done with them, they had a top 10 trophy at nationals. And not
Wow.
all of the girls were up to par or had that level, but I developed them enough to compete at a high level that they achieved things they never thought they could ever achieve.
Wow. And you probably never referred to them as flowers. Right?
No,
No,
get
and
your
they-
ass down there,
yeah.
do your push-ups and sit-ups. You know, I run a tight ship, but at
Never
the
have I
same
heard
time,
this.
you know, I understood their strengths and their weaknesses, and I developed them based on that. Okay, you may not can't dance, but you could tumble. I'm gonna put you here, and that's what you're gonna do.
All right, before we get out of here, my good brother here is asking, are we happy
I'm
with Devontae?
sad for Devontae. I'm
Yeah.
sad for him.
I'm happy
because
with
there's
him,
no
but I'm
way.
sad for him. Yeah.
I am sad for him.
So I looked at this. So I didn't look at the defensive film. I went back to go try to look at all 22. I didn't look at the defensive film. I looked at an offensive film that's breaking down Jalen Hurts' performance, breaks down Devontae Smith performance. Devontae Smith, there are some things he has to clean up. All right. It's always going to be a weight issue with him. So it's going to be some times where he does get bullied at the line of scrimmage. He doesn't right now because he has quick feet off the line of scrimmage. But the one thing as a corner, if I can throw my arm out at you and stop your progress, it's like a stem, basically. If I can stem you and stop you from going downfield and catch up with you, then I can, still play the game with you. That happened a couple times. During this game. But for the pretty much of his routes, he was wide open. And it was just shows his ability to get open as a receiver. He is a number one receiver.
He is.
He is our number one receiver. He
Mhm.
will be a big play receiver once we get the
A
know-how
real
from the
coach.
quarterback or a new quarterback that can actually dissect
Hit an
a
open guy.
defense. Yes.
And see an open guy too. Like you got to
Well,
be
I
able to see
mean,
him.
do we really think that's going to happen with next year's QB draft picks? Like we're
No,
we're
they're
throwing
not.
Jalen
No.
Hurts out with the bathwater, and it's like,
I don't
where
want
has he ever been in a situation
Correct.
where he could succeed?
correct. See,
He's being set up to fail. All of
Yes.
our players are being set up to
Yes.
fail right now. Not just Jalen Hurts.
So the thing
They're
is,
all being set up to fail.
you're 100% right. We have two receivers on this team right now that actually complement each other. Quez Watkins is the deep threat on this team. He's not used in a function that helps get everybody else open. He's only used on an emergency situation, which makes absolutely no sense. He's your
Yeah.
third receiver. Jalen Rager should not be your second receiver. All right. Your second receiver on this team should be Quez Watkins.
It
His
should be.
speed and his ability to master how to use his speed and when to use
And
his
he
speed
has some
is
body.
crucial.
He has some structure to him where
I mean, he's
Quez will
6'1".
go up and body somebody to get that ball.
He's 6'1", 195 pounds.
Right.
He runs a 4.3, a legit 4.3. He was the second fastest wide receiver in his draft to who? John Ross, who broke the freaking combine record. So not John Ross. Who was it? It was another
Well,
wide receiver. Who
maybe
cares?
if they had a playbook and some design
Ruggs. My bad,
plays
Henry Ruggs.
outside the RPO,
Yes.
he could do things like hit his receivers in stride. It's all about timing. And when you don't, if you rely so heavily on the RPO and you don't actually build an identity through your own design plays, this is what you get. You have to give these players something that they can call their own.
Correct.
And that's with play design.
Yes.
You don't get anything you could call your own through the RPO.
And no screen pass. No wide receiver screen.
All
You gotta
right.
stop that crap.
Oh
We gotta
God!
get
Please
out of
don't
here.
get
But
me
you know,
started.
we talked about Madden a little earlier. I think the plays, the playbook on Madden is more complicated than Nick Sirianni's.
You know what?
playbook.
It
Tell
is.
it, Dante.
It is.
And that's
It
the
Tell
is.
it.
sad thing. The
Tell it.
plays on Madden video game is more complex. They run motion on the video game.
God forbid.
Nick Sirianni
God
doesn't
forbid
run
we
motion.
get under center and run motion, huh? God forbid.
God
God
forbid we
forbid.
get under center. How many times did that
Oh
happen?
my
I'm
gosh!
gonna tell you right now that will work. That will work right now. I'm gonna tell you what will work right now because these teams are playing a cover 3 zone when they see Quez Watkins out there and Jalen Rager because of their speed combined. These double moves will be killer. Double moves will be killer on all these
Mhm.
defenses that we're going against, regardless of
Mhm.
who's the corner. All right,
Mm.
Devontae Smith can work regardless of his size. His ability to get open anywhere of the field. If you go back and look at, I'm seeing some of the stuff. His curl routes, right? His curl routes. He's so open that the corner is 5 yards off him when he breaks off his route. He has that ability to go across field on his slant route and be wide open, but the ball is never on him. The two drops they credit to him. One was behind him, was almost threw into the defensive back's hands. The other one's damn near on the ground. You know, and that's the fault. I hate to say it is the fault of the quarterback. He has to be better. Point
Yes,
blank.
he has.
I
And
hate to
with
say that we have to be better. He has to be better, and we have to be better. Go ahead, Dr.
All right. So with that, we're going to call it an evening tonight. And we will be back on game day on Sunday, 12 o'clock. It's a 1 o'clock game, so we'll be on at 12 to get you guys ready
That's gonna be rough
for
For what?
hopefully. I know.
What
Oh
are we
my
getting ready
God.
for?
I know. What are we getting ready
Disappointment?
for? Another disappointing game.
No
It's a winnable.
plays.
It's their 0-7. Guys, they're 0-7. We can beat a 0-17, can we?
Oh, are they really? I didn't even
They're
know.
0-7.
This is how much I've checked out because our team is awful. That I had no idea that the Lions
Are
had shit the bed
0-7.
all
Wait a minute.
season.
Wait a minute. Listen to this though. If we lose against the Lions,
Don't
maybe
stop.
it's a
Don't even
problem.
put that
It's
in
a-
a universe.
Wait. And the Miami Dolphins lose, right? We will have the first pick, the third pick, and maybe the 8th or 10th pick, because depending on what the coach do.
Pat,
the
what are
Colts
we
ain't
doing
not
with
gonna-
those
they're not-
picks
they're
with
on a
these
roll now.
coaches?
Yeah.
What
Oh,
picks do
man.
not matter with this set of coaches.
We're drafting centers.
We just going to ruin more players.
We're gonna
Like
draft
it
centers.
doesn't matter.
We're gonna draft
Ruin the
centers.
players. The players, man, look. My brothers at Pro, they are the best 0-7 team we've seen in a long time. Yeah, I told you, they compete. They are competing, an 0-7 team. And it's going to be. It's not
they
going
are
to be a
taking their
good.
word to
You
compete,
think
yes.
this week was ugly with the flowers and all that? Let him lose to the 0-7
They
Lions.
should just walk his ass out the building.
Yeah. It's not going to be. It's not going to be pretty, man. And the way these last couple games have gone, I just don't see any change. I've already expected change.
They're throwing
after
each other
having-
under the bus. He's
Yeah,
throwing Gannon under the bus. Fletcher Cox is trying not to say my coaches
Any
suck.
given Sunday. Remember that division at any given Sunday? The offense didn't mess with the defense. The defense didn't mess with the offense. They were separate. When somebody offense says something about defense, what they do? They cut his card in half.
Right?
Oh no. The offense is messing with the defense. They're not messing with the coaches. The offense and the defense is just not messing with the coaches. I
Right.
think
Right
that-
now, it's like players
Oh,
against
man.
coaches. That's what we have in this scenario. It's like
Yeah,
our
next
coaches
week
are
we're gonna be
garbage, and there's
vegetables.
nothing we can do about it.
All right, we're out of here, man. So make sure, thank you for joining us. If you're watching on YouTube, go down there, hit the like button, and subscribe to our channel. And if you're on Facebook, make sure you follow us on Facebook, Eagles Talk. We'll see you guys Sunday, 12 o'clock. I'm your man, Dante the Dark Knight. For Pat and the show, we'll see you guys Sunday. Peace.
We go live in 5, 4, 3, 2. Smash him up, crack that fool. Quarterback whack, yo, sack that fool. Hit him, 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 hit him. Smash him up, watch that move. Went too swift, can't catch these dudes. Can't hit him.